Today we're going to make one of my wife's favorite recipes. It's an appetizer called Jalapeno Poppers smoked on the Traeger. And we've got our buddy Tim here from Ohio. He's going to help us make this dish. He is in the video because he got a free hat, so he's kind of obligated to kind of like help us do this. So it's a pretty simple recipe. It's easy to do. It's one that your friends will really like. So we're gonna get at it. So first thing we're just gonna make 12 of them today. We're doing this in the background. We're making homemade mac and cheese, and we're gonna do some wings also for our supper tonight. But we're gonna do these jalapeno poppers. First thing we do, we picked out some good jalapenos, and we're gonna just we're gonna cut off the ends and then half them. One of the things you want to do, make sure you got a sharp knife when you're cutting in the kitchen for anything. And then, so we're going to take these things, pop them off, and then Tim's just scraping the insides off of them to get them set up so we can put them on the Traeger. So I'm going to let Tim do that while I'm working on the mac and cheese. If you've never done smoked mac and cheese, I suggest you try it. It's really good. It's really easy to do. And one thing, when you're working with jalapenos, always wear gloves, because you definitely don't want to get that stuff in your eyes or anything like that. If you want to, go ahead and just cut all the ends off of them and then slice them and then put them in. It makes it a little quicker. So once we clean out the jalapenos, we're going to fill them with cream cheese. Just use a regular cream cheese. You can use a light cream cheese from the store. You use as much cream cheese or as little. Some people mix it with the different types of cheeses and blend it, but I really like the smoked flavor from the bacon and the jalapeno, so I don't really get too crazy with that. I just use a regular cream cheese. And we're only doing 12 today, so usually we do like 50 to 100 of them. Because you put these out at your party and they're gone in like a few minutes. The other day we did pig shots, the jalapeno chill pig shots, and I didn't even get to eat one off the smoker. I came in and was like, "Where are the pig shots?" And I think Joe had like 5 of them in his mouth. I don't know. So,
he did, and then he ate Lexi's too. I found out.
Yeah. So those don't last very long. When we put the cream cheese in, we're going to just use a little spreader. It's really easy. Kind of helps put it in there nice and even. So it's a little easier watching people do this than actually.
Yeah, definitely.
So Tim was in the Marine Corps. How many years were you in the Marines?
4.
4.
1988 to 1992.
So now we're just going to take the cream, pick up the popper, take a little putty knife there and load it with cream cheese, and you can set those on the bacon sheet there because we're going to cut the bacon on the cutting board. We always use these little bacon sheets, cooling racks. You know what you call them, Susan? What do you call them? Cooling rack. Because it's easy to take little individual things like poppers or other appetizers and load them right into the smoker and take them off, so you don't have to keep the lid open on the smoker and lose the heat.
Critique.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Tim, my philosophy is that you do barbecue the way you like to do it. So however you make these, we're going to eat them. We're still going to critique them.
Oh yeah.
Because that's only fair.
Right.
But there's no exact science on how much cream cheese.
If it tastes good, you can kind of forgive the look.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like a painting. It's not like if a painting's terrible. If it doesn't look good but it tastes good, I'll eat it every day.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I need to correct an error in my podcast the other day where I said that my wife, who owns Common Hands Massage and Wellness, doesn't sponsor the show. Officially, there's no paperwork that she sponsors the show, but like a lot of the equipment and ingredients and stuff comes directly from her and it's buying it at the store. So we cleared that up.
Not to mention moral support.
So this is kind of like a 2 for show, but 1 show. We're making these poppers, but we're also going to smoke some mac and cheese. And we use these little steam pans all the time. So we cook these elbow noodles to just just underdone, and we're going to put them in here in this tin pan while we make our cheese sauce and roux, and then we'll be able to pop it in the smoker while these poppers are cooking, and have smoked mac and cheese to go along with
Just
it.
did follow a video of you two doing this.
What are you saying over
You
there?
did what?
I said follow a video of you over there doing it. Follow. And she didn't see me yet.
My wife is like in the background making comments. This is a live, serious cooking show.
She's videoing and sending it to my girlfriend.
Oh, so she's videotaping while we're videoing.
Yeah, and sending it to my girlfriend.
Oh, so,
And I fully financially support Between Two Grills.
okay, all right. So,
I have proof. I have paperwork. Receipts.
when we finish these off, we're going to put this Killer Hogs Barbecue by Malcolm Reed, How to Barbecue Right. It's a really good rub. You can use different ones. I've used some for Meat Church, Cosmo Q. I mean, there's all kinds of things. So you can use whatever favorite barbecue rub that you want at the end on these poppers. And you'll see them kind of at the end because we want to try to get them off the cutting board so it makes it easier for us to wrap them in that. And I use thin bacon when I'm doing the poppers. And one of the reasons I use the thin bacon is to make sure in the smoker it gets crispier than like a thick piece of bacon. So when you bite into it, you got a little bit of a crunch. So it's up to you. You choose what kind of bacon that you want to do, but I've found that that's kind of the best. It allows me to put the smoker about 275 degrees, so we can get a good smoke flavor on it without having to go too high on the temperature. To cook the bacon all the way through, and you're able to cook them in an hour and a half till the temperature's around 192 degrees. You pull them off and you eat them right away. It's hard. This is one of those things like I talked about with burn ends of having leftovers. You're not going to have leftover poppers, so it's not a thing. So I had to stop making a bunch of poppers because I'd make poppers along with our dinner. But Susan loves the poppers so much that she would eat the poppers and then she wouldn't want to eat dinner. And so like all the food I would make for dinner would be leftovers. It turned out into leftovers anyway, but what? Susan's looking at me crazy over there on the side, but she likes the jalapeno poppers.
I do, but
Yeah. And if you're a husband and you do something really stupid and you need to get out of trouble and they come to talk to you about it, have one of these poppers ready and just hand it to them, and it takes their mind off of what you did, and it kind of helps you stay out of trouble. Pro tip, pro marriage tip.
It's like instant forgiveness.
Well, I don't know if it's instant forgiveness. I think it's just instant
Delayed
distraction.
reaction. Yeah.
Instant distraction.
Mhm. All right, coming down to the end.
So Tim came to visit and actually brought me a bottle of Blanton's with him.
I've willingly
He
volunteered.
willingly volunteered to come into our cooking show today and make these poppers.
What do they call that, a willing victim?
A willing victim. So we got like 12 of these poppers, and it took about one thing of cream cheese. So if you're trying to guesstimate how much cream cheese that you need, you don't need a little, but about right at a little pack for every 12 poppers that you do. I'm glad I looked at that because I'm really bad about like being able to do that. So now that we got the poppers loaded up with cream cheese, we're going to take this bacon here. And since Tim's got the gloves on, I'm going to let him cut into the bacon. And again, that's a really sharp knife, so be careful with that. And you can use a whole strip of bacon on this, or you can use half strips. Today I think we should go a whole strip of bacon because who doesn't like bacon? But you can play around with it. Sometimes I'll use a whole strip, sometimes not. And the way these are, I don't really think you need to have a toothpick to do them. So just
Go half?
I say, let's see here. We got enough for each one. I say we use one strip of bacon and
One
just
strip.
wrap the whole thing.
Mhm.
So we'll grab a popper and I usually lay the thick piece on the thin piece on the middle and start wrapping it around. So like lay that on top
Lay this on top.
and then just go straight around it and just kind of like spiral it like a staircase until you get to the end. And so that the bigger, fatter, the bigger, wider piece is on the outside to help cook, and then just lay it right on right there.
Cheese up?
Yeah, I'd do the cheese up, that way it doesn't slide out. It's an appreciation for having to do this. Like, when people see poppers at a party and they're like grabbing them over and over and over, it takes some work to get to it. It takes a little bit of time to do it, but they're really good. This is a great tailgating food. Anything that you can pick up with your hands at a tailgate, I think is the way to go. Wings, poppers, even sometimes ribs. I think poppers and wings are my two favorite tailgating type foods. She just walks right through the camera. She don't care. That's what happens.
I waited till you quit talking.
I know. I have to go through and edit that stuff.
Well, you're going to have to anyway.
I might leave it in.
No, you're not.
Ariel, you want to come over and help do the poppers?
No, I got a load before.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She got an excuse to not help too.
Going off to college is a pretty good excuse.
Yep.
We'll have to find a Tim every week to do this cooking show.
I wrapped that first jalapeno. I was like, no way I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm like, all right, I got this.
Yeah.
I got it. It's all good.
Yeah. Oh, practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Or perfect practice makes perfect. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty sure football coaches said that somewhere during preseason camp.
Yeah.
Along with a bunch of other things.
That you can't put on video.
Well, probably, but some of it is just the same stuff all the time. I like doing this and like the mac and cheese because you can kind of use the same temperature in the same type of wood pellets to finish the cook, so they can be cooking at the same time. You don't have to do a couple different grills. You could if you want to. I've actually done these in the air fryer before. I don't think they're as good as doing them on the smoker, but they turn out okay if that's what you have. You can do them on a charcoal grill. You can do them on a gas grill. If you do them on a gas grill, you got to be careful with the grease dropping down and flaming up. But I think smoking them is the easiest, best way to go.
What's your preferred pellet?
For this, I'm going to use a cherry type wood. I like the fruit type pellets. You could probably use anything from with the pellet grill. I think you could choose a variety of different woods and be okay. It's going to give you a different flavor. Again, you'll have people say don't use this pellet with this type of meat, and sometimes I've tried it with that type of meat and I really like it. So really, you do the barbecue the way you like to eat it. It's one thing watching Matt Pittman on Meat Church all the time. That's what he says, and I really believe it. So now we're going to dust it with. You can pop off the gloves now. We'll dust it with some barbecue rub. My buddy Paul, when he watches the video, he'll critique the seasoning thing, but usually dust it about 10 inches up and just put it all over, and I make a mess. So he.
How heavy cooking do you do?
About like that. That's like good. That. Look at this. Tim's got first time doing that. Hey, what a coach! I mean, seriously. So we're going to put these. We're not ready to cook these yet, so we're going to be able to put them in the fridge for a little bit. You could do these the night before if you had a party. You put them on a plate, wrap them in plastic wrap, and then when it's time to put them on the cooker, you do it. So it's one of these things you can do ahead of time. A day, 2 days. And let it set up with the rub, and we're ready to go. So when we'll load these up on the smoker, and then we'll see how Tim did on his first jalapeno popper cook.
There we go.
Close her down. So we pulled the jalapeno poppers off the Traeger, and we got a bonus mac and cheese here that we were doing during that. So first, let's see how the mac and cheese did. Take a little bite of that.
Oh, that's cheesy. That's good. That is, I mean, that's some good cheese. Yeah,
Pretty good.
that's good stuff. Very, very good.
All right, now it's his first poppers he's done.
Yep.
So Tim gets to
He's
say.
got to be careful because they're really hot.
What do you think?
Oh, that's delicious.
So we've been making poppers with our buddy Tim here. First time making poppers on the Traeger. It's an easy recipe you can do. So I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and tune in to Between Two Grills
Good
for our
stuff.
next video.